Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are just out of Manchester. This is my last flight actually of the afternoon. I've been flying for about 3 hours now and just absolutely just enjoying this sim so much. And I guess I'm just going to address a topic of conversation and one of many comments I get on the channel, which I really do appreciate. All of your comments, your views, your opinions, they really matter, actually, really matter. Never forget that. And you guys are far more knowledgeable about this kind of thing than me, really. I'm just a passionate VR geek, really, who loves flying, and it's interesting hearing all your opinions. But one that is quite a hot topic at the moment, there's quite a number of you that want to know my opinion on the Quest 2 and the Reverb G2, and many of you think that I prefer the Quest 2 simply because of all the content on it recently. So I just wanted to say quite clearly right now, because I'm not going to mess around, as you know, I don't like to do that, get straight to it. The Reverb G2 is the best PC based VR headset, particularly for flying and maybe even racing. Anything that involves simulation, seated experiences, it's, oh my god, it is absolutely by far the best headset to use, and especially for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is absolutely a joy, and I've been messing around quite a lot, as you know, with the Quest 2 on Link, and even with my Uber machine, that we like to call it now, which is the 10900K running an RTX 3090, even with that horsepower, I find the Reverb G2 runs better. Now, many of you in the comments have said that it's blurry and it's not very clear. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, seriously, if you think the Reverb G2 isn't very clear, do me a favour, okay? Go to your OpenXR developer tool. If you haven't got it downloaded, I'll put it in the link in the description below. Set your custom render scale to 100. Then in the sim itself, go to your render scale and set that to 100. Once you've seen the clarity, please come back to me and then tell me it's blurry. If it still is, there's one of two things or three things you need to do. Get your eyes checked, okay? Or make sure your IPD is correct, because you might be on the higher or lower end. Or make sure that your head size and you have got the headset fitted properly. Really, there are the only three things that could be an issue, because I can tell you right now that the Reverb G2 is insanely clear when you've got your OpenXR set correctly. It is absolutely incredible. Right now, I've actually got it set to 70% and 100% render scale, which gives me butter smooth. I mean, I'm talking just absolutely stutter-free motion. Apart from the odd stutter when it's reloading ortho, it's never completely 100%. But right now, as I'm looking out that terrain, which I like to do this, I like to put myself on the wing, by the way, sometimes, and look at the terrain, because I like to see, you know, people's houses and gardens and farmland and different buildings and landmarks. All of that is going by me below, incredibly smooth at 30 frames per second, just because I've backed off that resolution ever so slightly. But you know, if I'm doing a longer flight, I'll whack that up to 100%. It seems no matter where I fly in this sim now with this computer I have, I've got my settings set so that I get 30 frames per second everywhere. And it's an absolute joy. And if you've got the computer to handle it, go for it. Because honestly, let's go back now to the Quest 2. The Quest 2 is a fantastic all-rounder. It's the best VR headset out there, quite honestly, for a sort of all-round experience. I've been loving playing Saints and Sinners in standalone, as well as Asgard's Wrath, which are two very big PC titles that I love playing. And then I can jump into sort of this sim and X-Plane. Got a video coming of that very soon, by the way, and really enjoying that sort of on Link. But I've got to say that if you've got the computer to handle the Quest 2 on Link, then you have most certainly got the computer to handle the Reverb G2 at 30 frames per second. In fact, it will work better, it will actually perform better. So really, I cannot recommend the Reverb G2 enough for all of you guys out there that are just interested in flight simulation. Now I realise I'm saying this right now and they're still out of stock in various places, but they will be in stock very soon. I've been led to believe that they will have some stocks in very, very soon, so keep checking the HP website, and I think it's System Active which handled the orders in the UK. That's Leeds Bradford, by the way, a hefty, really high fidelity Orbex airfield, and it makes no difference whatsoever with the performance, which I find incredible. It just sticks at 30 frames per second everywhere, and it's an absolute joy. So yeah, the Quest 2, what is better about the Quest 2? Well, it has a better field of view out of the box. I think a lot of that is down to the fitment of the face pad, actually, more than anything else. It also has a better sweet spot, so if you do struggle and find the sweet spot of the Reverb G2 a bit too narrow for you, which honestly it's actually quite good. I think the problem is that people are not setting it to its correct resolution in OpenXR. Otherwise, OpenXR does some funky things to the sweet spot, and it can make it feel a little bit enclosed when it's not at all. So that's important. But yeah, overall though, the Quest 2 has a better sweet spot, definitely, and of course it's cheaper. But don't think for a minute that if you buy a Quest 2, you're going to get better performance, and it's cheaper alternative. You're actually going to get worse performance. I find it very jittery with the Oculus software, generally speaking. You can get away with lower frame rate, but it is a bit jittery. This that I'm experiencing now, and I don't know how it's going to look on the Windows Mixed Reality Mirror, but it's so smooth, it's so beautiful. I can spend literally hours in this headset. It's so much more of a premium experience. The other things to consider, of course, are the audio. The Reverb G2 has class-leading audio. I love how it's off the ears. It's very comfortable and makes you feel a lot cooler when you're doing all those long flights. But not to mention that, also, the comfort out of the box, and it's a lot lighter. It really is. I am so pleased that HP took a gamble and made a headset with this resolution, with all the sort of features we've been wanting since the G1. Just beautiful views. In fact, actually, it's also worth noting that the Reverb G2 has really good tracking compared to the previous G1. And if you don't realise how good that tracking is, well, there's a video that I posted on the channel not long ago of me flying the DCS Spitfire, and you can see in the bottom right hand corner how the light in my room was going crazy, because I think it was during a time where there was a storm, and then it was 1 minute it was completely almost pitch black in my room, then it went really light, and I didn't lose tracking, I didn't have any issues, not once. So there's been a huge number of improvements to the Reverb G2 that I do feel that even at £600 odd is absolutely worth every penny when you consider what else is on the market. So make no guesses, guys, make no mistake, I truly feel that it's an easy win for the Reverb G2. Not just for the clarity and the comfort and the audio and all that kind of stuff, but also it actually runs better. Now, as a third option, as a bit of a wild card, if you have got a medium system, and that is maybe, say, below a 1080 Ti card, say a 1070 or below, with a sort of an i5-8500, or perhaps a sort of equivalent AMD processor, because I do apologise, people tell me off all the time for not mentioning AMD, and it's not intentional, guys. It's not like I don't like AMD, I just I don't really have much experience with those CPUs these days. But yeah, sort of a medium spec computer. I would highly recommend that you do not get a Quest 2 unless you plan to use it on standalone, and all the other great things about the Quest 2. If you're just going to use it for PC based flight simulation, buy a Rift S. The Rift S is an absolutely superb headset, and it will run butter smooth all day long in this sim with the Oculus Tray Tool, better than the Quest 2, because unfortunately, when it's all said and done, the Quest 2, it's basically needs to have so much more power from your graphics card because of that link. I'm really hoping that maybe the Quest 3 could have a sort of more native DisplayPort or HDMI feed into your graphics card, because that would negate all that problem. And in fact, the Quest 3 would then be a fantastic alternative. But you know, another thing, as we're on finals here, this is so smooth, guys, honestly, I'd hope it's coming across okay, is that people ask me all the time, what is the clarity like at native resolution with the Quest 2 compared to the Reverb G2? Well, I'll tell you what, guys, honestly speaking, the Quest 2 is fantastic. It's got a great display, it's brilliant, but it does not compare at all, really, to the Reverb G2. The Reverb is just unbelievably clear. It really is. So here we are, we're now at Orbex Lees Bradford, and this, I mean, is quite a heavy area actually. It's a real heavy area, and in fact we'll go into the main terminal, which is full of detail. I haven't had one stutter this entire flight from Manchester. I do get a couple every now and then when Ortho's loading in, which is fair enough. But generally speaking, it's my preferred headset by far. I absolutely love it. I adore it. So as the sun sets here at Lees Bradford, that will complete my very enjoyable afternoon flying the TBM. I'm really looking forward to starting a new series with the brand new UK update, which is going to be released any time now. I've also got some very exciting news from Stormforce, which basically my brand new computer, which by the way I bought with my own money. I didn't contact them or anything like that, but they contacted me actually after a review that I left on one of their websites, because I'm so happy with this computer, and they're actually looking at perhaps giving me a discount code for my subscribers, for anybody who's looking to get a similar computer. So that's very exciting, so stick around and stay tuned for that. And for the time being, guys, I'm going to go grab a cup of tea, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now, take care.